before we get into what happened in the game, Brian, just on the point there about the circumstances that Dynamo have to play under, I wonder, do you think it's hard when you go a goal or two down, it's your home game, and you don't have that natural sort of home crowd cheering you on that might sort of have dragged them back into it if they were playing in Kyiv? Do you think that affected Dynamo's attempts to come back into the game?
I do, to a degree, but I think they've got used to it. We've seen it with Shakhtar as well over the last few seasons. And the national team, obviously, they seem to be able to produce performances. But generally, the crowds are bigger at the national team games wherever they have played them in Europe. But it has to be an effect, and also has to be something that doesn't help them. I mean, every team has a bit of an advantage in home matches. Football has changed a little bit in the last few years. A lot of teams seem to be unaffected about where they play, home and away. They take them. You used to think that many of the old USSR teams, Eastern Bloc teams, when they went away from that environment, they struggled. But that has changed now. But it is a disadvantage not to have a hostile home crowd at your back. Tonight it was like the chance of Dynamo every now and again. But overall it was almost like a funeral at times. It was so easy, I thought, for Salzburg. They weren't under pressure.
I saw a stat today that of the 7 games, quote, home games they've had, they've only won 1, drew 2 and lost 4. 5 tonight, so they haven't settled well in their home games. Essentially. So
it's funny because even as Brian says, the more sophisticated days we have, you still see managers, even like top managers. I saw a clip of Mikel Arteta from the documentary where he was going around with a light bulb, and he wanted to plug it in because he said if we get the electricity from ourselves, we'll plug into the 60,000 in the stadium. So it's still something that even top managers want to tap into.
The awkwardness of travelling, it's your own home game. They've got to get on a plane in Kiev yesterday and fly to Poland, and they got to fly back. So it's a home game, but you're still getting on a plane, staying in a hotel. You lose that factor of sleeping in your own bed perhaps, and having a normal match day.
They played at Lviv at the weekend. It was an away game, but they're playing their home games in the league at the moment with no crowds in Kyiv. But on the edge, if the siren goes off, they have to leave the pitch and go to the bunkers. So it's a very unsatisfactory environment for them to be playing in. But they still have quality players, and they didn't play very well tonight. I thought it was patchy, to say the best, for them.
Talk about extenuating circumstances, though, that might excuse that.